back to Market Watch Wednesdays, boys. We're going to talk about how expensive this game is getting. This game is getting a little bit expensive. Last week we went over how things have just disappeared into the ether, and this week they've came back. They've been brought back to life, and with a vengeance. We're just going to go over the staples and just show you how far off of market price they are, and whether or not they should be at such a market price, or if they should be reevaluated and be as expensive as they are right now. Obviously, as someone with a budget, I'm more than likely going to say, nah, keep them at like $2, but let's see what we're dealing with here. So Pact of Darkus is our first it's our first thing on the slab here, and we got the first one for $20, $21 after shipping from Nerdy Friends. And then it kind of goes up from there. The first Hollow Hex you see is $50 pretty much after shipping. So that's pretty much par for the course. Pact hasn't really budged at all. So then we got Dan Kuzo, $21, same deal. Backpack Games. Mad Thoughts slowly, or just right behind that on Backpack Games' tail. Misk TCG stuff. They're pretty new into the game from what I've seen. I think they were new last week or something like that, so they haven't really done that many in sales. But Dan Kuzo, pretty much the same thing. I wouldn't say he's like a staple, but if your deck calls for him, he's very good. Tiger Reflex, we're hitting about $15. Okay, yeah, that's not as bad as, you know, this. Oh, we got a Hollow Hex on the market for $26. Okay, I mean, that's expensive, but it's not like Pact expensive, which is what Tiger Reflex should be. You don't really use it in Ventus nowadays because the turbo strategy isn't really as prevalent as just 3 Nature's Power and then Hyper Pegatrix. So, and then Titanilius, he's back. Whoa, we actually have multiple listings. The market price says it's about where are you? There it is, about $5.82, about $12 for a Hollow Hex. But it's looking like they're about $10 a pop. HTN is $10 a pop. I still think HTN is going to be good going into AV format. I still think so. I don't think he gets power crept by anything just because of, you know, 4 cost for 2300 B power. That's still really good. And the deck revolving around it, especially with Glimmering Glaive coming out, just contributing to that playstyle. I don't think HTN's going anywhere. Nature's Power, speaking of HTN, $8 instead of the $5 that we're used to spending. $8 to $9. That's a travesty. Those deck boxes cannot come soon enough. Stand-togethers. Another thing that I feel is going to be subject to the deck box reprint, about $11 each. If you're looking that way, $10 or $12 from Nerdy Friends. A Hollow Hex for $17. Okay, that's, you know, expensive, but it's tagging along behind Tiger Reflex because it's not always as free as Tiger Reflex or Pact. So that one's kind of like less reliable. Mac is $11. Gone are the days where he was $386. Wow, I missed those days before people realized Mac was an amazing card. Just a free win. So, and then Midas Indius is not too far behind that with $5 a pop when they used to be $321. And then if you want a Hollow Hex, get ready to spend that Mac money. Hell yeah. Wayne, very good card. Pick it up if you can. If you're playing white in your deck, make sure that this is at least 2 or 3 of in your deck, just because we're not at Fusion Force yet to where this might kind of fall off the map, because everyone will have access to their fusions at any given time, and evils will kind of fall off the map because they make a deck inconsistent. Like it's hard to rely on a strategy where you have to draw it as if, you know, I just can access my fusion if I have the energy for it at any given time. So with Fusion Force, if there are any good fusions that come out of the woodworks, it'll be interesting to see if Evos stand the test of time. And Evos that do stand the test of time will have to be truly remarkable. Like I say, maybe even HTN. But if there's a good fusion that does the same thing, yeah, that'll finally be the thing that kicks HTN to the curb, unfortunately. But Wayne, for now, you have your Mega Pegas, the HTNs, and things that just get an insane amount of advantage for evolving. Hyper Pegatrix even. There are a lot of Evos that can just kind of put you in the dirt, especially those late game decks. You just want to check those. So pick up Waynes if you can. They're pretty cheap for what they are. Like even the Hexes, $3 for a Hex for something that's as versatile as Wayne. I'd say pick those up. There's no reason not to. Wave Slash, for some reason, only still has one listing. This was something that disappeared last week, but it's back. It's back for $2. You know, $2.25. Only one listing is so strange. Like they're so easy to pull out of BB, so I can't imagine like it being only one listing for long. Song of Fire is back full force again. One of those things that was gone last week. There's a crap ton now. Keelers, even Money Kev put in the comment section of the last one. He's like, hold on, I got some Song of Fires for y'all. So he got some Song of Fires for all. So there you go. That's how that works. No Hexes, which makes me a sad boy, but because I still need my playset of Hexes. Rock Riser, we're in BB now. Or BR, sorry. We're in BR now. So Rock Riser is a very good... I've always been a big proprietor of the core stoppers. I've never been a big fan of anything else, like the dual faction stops or anything like that. The cores just seem so much more versatile because they're one cost instead of like the two that you usually find off dual faction stoppers, and like you can moderate or like you can interchange them with whatever is popular in the meta at the time. Granted, certain factions have better access to those certain cores that they stop, like Ventus has this one, Rock Riser, and then Web Snare, which stops Fire Fist, which, you know, acts as like a two-card Confuse. Confuse obviously being the best right now. So I'd pick up Rock Risers while you can. There's quite a bit of listings where, yep, 21. So there's 21 listings from one supplier. So I would seriously consider picking up Rock Riser because it is a good flip. And Ventus is, with the Bakugan that they're getting out of AA, I would pick up some Ventus support. I would pick up some Ventus support because Ventus Bakugan are proving to be very, very good with Ryarazu, whatever the heck is, however the hell you say his name, and then Nilius coming out. Like, Ventus is looking so good. Just a splash at the very least, because you do have Nature's Power and some of those, you know, Rock Riser and Web Snare in case you run Aquos or Pyrus along with it, which don't have access to good flips. So it'd be good to just tech those in, as well as like if you have Haos, you're set. Like you have Confuse and Stand Together, which are two of the best flips. Confuse being pretty much the second best flip to Pact of Darkness. So Confuse, pick those up. If you're not playing 44, Jesus Christ, if you're not playing white in the near future, going into AV format, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. Sonic Shield, just thought I'd bring that up because it is a Fire Fist stopper and it is a good flip. Darkus has access to some of the good flips, similar to the way Ventus has access to a shield stopper separately from their Fire Fist stopper. Darkus has the same thing with Sonic Shield and Darkus Snare. Darkus Snare, 0 cost, stopping magic shields, which is very good against power creep boys. The old ones, unfortunately, Cubbo's getting phased out by Hydorus, so the magic shield stopper is not as good as it once was. So just keep that in mind when you're putting flips into your deck. What is popular? What is going on right now? Shun Kazami, our boy, is still lost in between dimensions. He's gone out of stock. Can't wait for him to come back. That deck, again, that deck box cannot come soon enough. And look at who it is. The star of the show, the star of Resurgence. Super Fuel, baby, Super Fuel. Oh yeah, still hovering around that $30 price range. Hollow Hex looking around 45, 46, and of course we have our 69 price one. Oh yeah, nice. Then we have Huge Knowledge. This isn't a staple, so to speak, but I thought it was worth mentioning just because, I don't know, give Ventus something, you know? Huge Knowledge is just that card you run 2 of if you're running Mono Ventus or a Turbo card, just because the advantage that it does give you when you get to that point in the game to where you can use it is insane. And I would also say, because of Nova Burst Cheese, which is a deck that revolves around Nova Burst, which is a 3-cost Darkus card. I don't think I put it up here for today's Market Watch, so I'll just explain it here. The 3-cost Darkus card that lets you play a card that you discarded this turn for free, so you can get some cheese by playing Huge Knowledge off of it and just getting that advantage earlier than, say, turn maybe 6 or 7 that you would get with Turbo. So you got a Hollow Hex for about $9.50, but $5, like $6 for what this usually typically is not bad. That's about market price. So if you're planning on playing like a Turbo variant anytime in the future, I would pick up some Huge Knowledges. Dark Fortune, $3, hell yeah, that's pretty good. Thank you, Pyrus Queen. She's new to the TCG player game, and she's actually, I'm probably not gonna give her enough credit in this Market Watch, but she's killing it right now as far as like Age of Aurelus in particular. Like, she's undermining a lot of sellers and making this very competitive for people that want to get rid of their things and have some money. So Dark Fortune, the Hollow Hexes are looking like $11. Ugh. I've only seen Dark Fortune in like maybe 2 decks, and you know, so I don't think $11 is, you know, where this should be. Maybe like $7 for Hollow Hex, but I don't know. That's probably incorrect as well. Toolbox leading the charge with the $4.95, $5.95 technically, or $5.94 with shipping included. Just 1 cent below. How petty are you? I can't believe this. So, and then a Hex for $10. That's not bad. 3rd best deck in the AOA format. And then here's Trox. He's making his rounds. Once everyone gets access to Clone Army, this will be running around more often. Toolbox leading the charge again. And then we got Hollow Hexes looking about $11 to $12. Crystal Quake. I wanted to mention this. It's probably not going to see as much play as I would argue it never really did, but I just think it's a pretty nifty card, especially if you're running like Turbo variants. It's a draw 2, and it also gets the added effect of nagging by 700. It's a pretty underrated SR, and I feel like if you're running Mono Ventus, it's a staple for sure. I just wanted to point this out. It's about $2.50 right now, so that's pretty good for, like, that's amazing compared to like what it starts being afterwards, and there's 6 of them, so that's 2 playsets worth. So I would cop that. That's actually a really good deal, and it probably won't stay around for much longer. Divine Intervention, with all these high-level Evos going around, and as I said, Evos might be taking a back seat come March or April, whenever Fusion Force is supposed to come out, but we probably won't see it until maybe July, when everyone's going to Anime Expo and raiding the packs, or even like probably August we won't even see it. But Divine Intervention will be good until Fusion Force starts catching wind underneath its wings. So this is for maybe the Mega Pegas. They definitely run it, and the Haos Maximus Trox is definitely, you want to see that turn 4, just because its trifecta effect is devastating. And it's already like a good Bakugan base form. Like, Trox is going to be really good coming up. Blinding Ink, $8. $8 for a staple. This is looking a lot like Yu-Gi-Oh right now. It's kind of insane. Like, $8, and it's pretty much your, what else do you want? Like, who wants to step up and put up some Blinding Inks? Because, whew, $8. That's a little bit insane for what Blinding Ink is. And only 1. I don't know. Blinding Inks is in a rough spot right now because it was gone last week. So, like, this is the best we got right now. I wouldn't recommend buying it. Then Deep Dive. We have plenty of them. Plenty to go around. Thanks, Toolbox, for just opening your whole closet full of Deep Dives and displaying them for all of TCG player to see. Get some Deep Dives if you're running Aquos. It's part of the Aquos engine. So if you don't run Deep Dives in Aquos, what are you doing? It's like not running this in Pyrus. Quickfire is just advantage for free. Literally for free. And we have plenty of these to go around. So whenever you get the chance, if you're the one person on Earth that is missing Quickfires, cop that real quick. Mega Punch, is going to see more play as we get more and more, as AV starts to kind of flood into everyone's hands. The Green Fists are making a resurgence in the fact that you run the +2 damage, -2 gear cost, and Mega Punch just basically gives you advantage for 1. Like, Glimmering Glaive is active a turn early, or even like earlier than that. Like, Mega Punch just can guarantee advantage a little bit sooner, and as well as it can combo with Holy Flame here to where you can land on one of those Green Fists, use this, and then do a reroll and land on a better core while still being able to get that advantage of the gear cost reduction that you got from that Green Fist as long as you play into the batch correctly. You could just blow out an opponent early game with these types of strategies. So I would catch some Holy Flames right here as well. You know, cents on the dollar. Aquify, I'm not going to advocate for this card, but people are saying this is the anti-Mega Pega. Yeah, okay, buddy. Just because it swaps every core, so if they're like, oh, you've taken all my cores, I'll take them back. And then they just re-roll. So honestly, it's not that big of a deal. But I just thought I'd point out the prices of Aquify in case you're that person. I'm going to stop talking about it now. Dark Waters, not as much of a staple as Deep Dive, but I thought I'd bring it out. Oh my god, $9 for a Hex? Okay, I don't think so, but Leah, this is not a staple by any means, but it is a fun card to watch just because it's been very elusive for a long time. So $21 compared to like the $55 that it's just been stuck on for the longest time. No one's been wanting to put these out on the market. So now we're getting a rough average of like $21, $22. So it's an interesting card to keep tabs on. Clone Army is that card that everyone buys Age of Aurelus for but can never get. Hell yeah. But the market price should be about $5.75, but we only have listings for $10, $11, so that's unfortunate. Hyperlupithion, $4. This is not a this is a Bakugan people are seeing more interest in ever since that deck list has been revealed onto the world by Brawler Cafe. It's a fun deck. It's a fun deck. It's cheesing out high cost cards like Tuskguard or Haos Suplex just to beef this beefy boy up. It's a fun deck, but it's not anything to where you need to pool all your resources to obtain. So it's about $4 for one, which is pretty humble, but for how strong the deck really is, it's not worth. To put it in reference, Pyrus Serpentees is just $1 more. So let's just put it in perspective like that. Arm of Tico, I wanted to point this out because last Market Watch it was $15. Now it's $5 thanks to the nerdy friends. They used to have 3 on the market, but now it's only 2, so you can't complete your playset anymore. Unfortunate. But I just wanted to point that out in case someone's trying to build an Aurelus Gortheon deck or just a Battle Mastery deck in general. Firewing Blast, if you're playing Fury, you have to run this. There's no other way. There's no other option. There's some cheesy shenanigans you can do with this and Anger. And just being able to dish out 15 for pretty much 1 is pretty monstrous. Especially if you've baited your opponent into expending all their resources. So, flips. No flips. So, you can only run 2 of those. They only have 2 on the market, I mean. $5 for that. Ninja Gear, we have 1 Hex on the market. $5. Pyrus Queen yet again. So, Ninja Gear, another elusive card. Fierce Charge, thought it's worth mentioning. What, $2? For this, it's not as optimal as any other flips that I've mentioned today, but it is one worth noting just because, you know, stop non-Aurelus, like who runs Aurelus nowadays? People like having cards. And then we're going to go to by our honorable mentions category right now, which is our out of stock boys that should be in stock but are not. Aurelus Titan Hydronoid Ultra, gone, $4.36 market price. Nova Burst, look at that, I guess I did. Non-available. Nothing has sold. This is the most elusive card I've ever seen. I've never seen a Nova Burst in person or on picture. I've never seen this card. It doesn't exist. It's a unicorn. I don't know where it goes or where it's gone. None of them have sold on TCG Player. None of them have been listed because they would be bought up. If you have a Nova Burst and you're watching this, please hit me up. My Discord is in the description. Please, I want Novaverse. I need Novaverse. Thunderstorm is also out of commission here. $2.95, $6 for foil. That's about right. Another thing for Fury. Hyper Cubbo, our control deck. I mean, I don't know why I put quotes there. It is our pretty much only control deck that we have. Discard fodder. $2.84 is the market price, which is about right. I got my play set before this sold out. There was quite a bit that were up there, but yeah, once that comes back, I definitely, if you want to play control, definitely look it up. Tusk Guard, a very elusive card. Once it says RA on the card, that means it's going to be hard as hell to find. So there's that. $2.75, $4 for foil. Liquid Arts, $1.92. Foil, $5. Again, out of stock. Sinkhole, $1.74. Foil, $8. Out of stock as well. That's like a 2 of or 3 of, depending on how prevalent heroes get and control decks. Like, just 4 cost negate anything is pretty good. And then Wildfire, just something for Pyrus. Fury maybe, but $1.18 out of stock. So I would go over some Armored Alliance cards, Armored Elite, but unfortunately, even the eBay listings are non-existent unless they're from like the starter sets, and that would be kind of boring to go over. Just if you want to get your hands on some Armored Elite cards early, just join the multiple Discords that are available to you. Brawler Cafe, Competitive VBP, Cubics, even the Reddit wiki, you know, whatever, and get in touch with the people that are trading and selling their cards, because that's pretty much the only way you're going to be able to find Armored Elite cards, because there's not a section for it on TCG Player, and people on eBay just apparently don't know what Armored Elite is. So with that, thank you for tuning in to today's Market Watch. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. I'll see you in the next video. I'll see you Monday for Magnus Monday. You guys have a fantastic day. Kill it, drum up, all that. See ya.